Did you know heart disease is often called the silent killer? That's because its early signs can be so subtle, you might just shrug them off. But recognizing them could save your life. In fact, studies show that if more people recognized the early signs of a heart attack and got treatment within the first hour, around 200,000 lives could be saved each year. That's a huge number of people who could avoid the worst, just by acting fast. Today, we're diving into 12 early signs of heart disease that you should never ignore. Some of these might surprise you. Stick around until the end, because we'll also talk about the most important health checkups you should get to catch heart problems before it's too late. Let's get started. We all get tired. But if walking up a flight of stairs leaves you feeling completely wiped out, your heart might be having a tough time pumping blood. This isn't just regular tiredness, this is fatigue that doesn't match your effort. If this sounds like you, it could be your heart asking for help. Ever get winded from something simple, like carrying groceries or even lying down? That might not be a fitness issue. It could be a sign your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently. If it's happening more often, it's time to take it seriously. We hear about chest pain all the time when it comes to heart attacks. But here's the thing, it's not always an all-out pain. Sometimes, it feels like pressure or tightness that comes and goes. If you're feeling that, especially when you're active or stressed, don't just brush it off. It could be your heart trying to tell you something. Feeling dizzy when you stand up or even during light activities. Your brain might not be getting enough blood flow. That can happen when your heart's not working as it should. And no one wants to faint and face the floor, right? Take note if this keeps happening. Noticed your shoes getting tighter? Swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet, also called as edema, can happen when your heart isn't circulating blood well. And while some swelling is normal, like in pregnancy, if you're not pregnant and it's happening, it could be a red flag. Got that burning feeling in your upper abdomen? Sometimes, what feels like heartburn or indigestion might actually be heart-related, especially if it happens after exercise or stress. But if it's after a big meal, that might just be last night's pizza talking. Either way, don't ignore it if it's persistent. Ever felt your heart skipping beats or fluttering for no reason? We're not talking about the rush from seeing your crush, but actual palpitations. An irregular heartbeat can be your heart's way of signaling something's off. So if this happens a lot, it's worth checking out. Tossing and turning at night or waking up gasping? Difficulty sleeping, especially with anxiety or discomfort, could point to heart issues. Don't just chalk it up to bad sleep habits. If you notice it happening often, it's worth paying attention to. Heart pain isn't just about the chest. It can show up in your shoulder, arm, back, neck, or even your jaw. If this pain flares up during activity, it might be more than just a sore muscle. Definitely something to keep in mind. Feeling nauseous or even throwing up without any reason, especially if you're also experiencing other heart symptoms. That could be your heart trying to get your attention. This is especially common in women, so don't ignore it. Feeling cold and clammy when everyone else is warm? That's a sign your blood isn't flowing like it should. And when blood isn't circulating well, it can be a warning sign for your heart. If this happens along with other symptoms, it's time to act. Sweating buckets out of nowhere, even though you're not doing anything strenuous? That's another sign your heart could be stressed. It's your body's fight or flight response kicking in, even if there's no reason for it. Don't brush it off. Your heart could be trying to tell you something. Do any of these signs sound familiar to you, or have you experienced them before? If you've noticed any of these symptoms or have questions about heart health, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your experiences and answer any questions you might have. So, when should you get a heart health checkup? Well, if you're over 40 or have risk factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of heart disease, it's a good idea to get checked now. But hey, even if you're younger, why not get a checkup in your 20s or 30s? Catching problems early is key. Some of the common heart health tests your doctor might suggest are blood pressure check to keep an eye for high blood pressure, cholesterol test to measures bad and good cholesterol, ECG or EKG to checks for irregular heartbeats, stress test to see how your heart handles a little pressure, echocardiogram to view how well your heart pumps, and blood sugar test to check if you have diabetes. Some of these tests can be done at your local pharmacy, so no excuses to stay on top of your heart health. Recognizing the early signs of heart disease could make all the difference. So if any of these symptoms ring a bell, don't wait. Talk to your doctor and get that checkup. And don't forget, in our next episode, we'll dive into what stress does to your heart. Trust me, stress affects your heart in more ways than you might think. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. As always, stay healthy and informed.